Today, we're going to be talking about a game changer in high school athletic departments, communication and marketing. We're talking about creating a regular digital newsletter for your athletic department. You've probably seen newsletters from your favorite college programs, professional sports teams, and businesses. Now, more and more high school athletic departments are taking advantage of a newsletter to get the word out, promote their program, and highlight all of the amazing things happening within their department. Now, I know as an AD, anyone working within an athletic department, you're worried about your time. Time is money, and you as an AD, as an assistant AD, a coach, you are limited. But I'm not talking about adding more to your plate. This is a communication that is going to actually save you time in the long run and level up the professionalism of your department, improve your communication, improve your marketing, and really just better highlight and recognize your student athletes. If you're still not buying it and you're saying, hey, I don't know if a newsletter is for me, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why every high school athletic department needs a newsletter for their program. Reason number 1, a newsletter will save you time by streamlining your communications. If you have a regular digital newsletter that you're sending out to your community, this is a communication that your community will begin to rely on to get key information. And so instead of having to send out all these different emails, text messages, messaging in apps, phone calls, you can have all of that information living within this regular newsletter. So if they're thinking about a question like, oh, when is that upcoming game? How can I buy tickets? Instead of immediately coming to you with the question, calling your office, they can go right to that newsletter and get that information. So by putting all of your information into this regular communication, you're gonna allow people to self-serve to get their answers. The limited time it takes to set up that communication on a monthly or weekly basis pays for itself 10 times over in the reduction in the number of questions and all the time it takes to get people the information that they need. The great thing again about this newsletter is that you can share it over email. You can send it via text or messaging apps. You can embed it on your website, and you can share the newsletter on social media. So if you create it once, you have that one-stop shop for all of that key information, and you can make sure that it gets out to all of your stakeholders wherever they get their information. Reason number 2, a great regular newsletter will shape positive community perception. One of the things that I hear time and time again from athletic directors around the country, that the public perception of the program has this negative tint, that it seems like it's always that one negative story that becomes the story. And I also hear from ADs about this collapse of local media over the past 5 to 10 years. There used to be that local newspaper that would publish all these stories about the program, highlighting all the student athletes, all the achievements, all the awesome work that's being done in the program. You have that collapse of local media, and so the stories have started to go away. And then you have this sort of increasing distrust towards public education, this sort of clickbait culture that wants to latch on to any of the negative information. And that combined creates this really difficult situation for athletic directors who are pouring their hearts and souls into their programs, into their student athletes. And oftentimes the community doesn't see that. And so that perception of the community doesn't actually reflect the realities of what's happening within the program. You need to be your own publisher. You need to now go out and spread the word and tell your program stories. Highlight all of the amazing things that your student athletes and your teams are doing. Who are the people of your program? And so what you have to do is actually take all of those awesome stories that your coaches, your student athletes have that you know about, and put it in your newsletter. And once you do that on a weekly, monthly basis, when that goes out, your community is gonna see it. They're gonna know about it, and you're gonna start to shape positive community perception. And now you're gonna have the community on your side. And number 3, regular newsletter for your athletic department will drive engagement and increase revenue, right? So there's sort of a cascading effect here through these different reasons, right? We talked one about how you're gonna streamline your communication and reduce the inflow of questions. Reason number 2 with the newsletter, you're going to be able to shape positive community perception by sharing all of these awesome stories, highlighting the great stuff within your program and building trust. Well, what comes with trust both because you're answering folks' questions up front, you're getting them their key information, and you're showcasing all the great work that you're doing. That community trust will now lead to increased engagement and increased revenue opportunities. When you need community involvement and support, whether that's financial or time, it's a really difficult ask when you don't have trust. But now think about maybe an organization, a nonprofit that you've worked with and had experience with over months and years, and you've seen all of the great work that they're doing, you feel a part of it because you know who they are. You trust that they're going to do a good job. And the same thing applies for every athletic department around the country. By showcasing all of those great stories, by building that trust, now when you make the ask, you're going to have increased engagement. People are going to be more willing to step up and help. And a great benefit of a newsletter is you can make it seamless for people. You can include what's known as a CTA, or a call to action, with a button that says get tickets or donate now. And when they click on that button, it's going to take them right to the ticket page to purchase the tickets. But the point is that we're reducing the friction. We're making it easy for folks who are reading the newsletter to take that next step. And so by including those buttons and those links that take you right to the page to get the tickets, to buy, to fill out the form, whatever it may be, you're going to increase conversion, and that's going to lead to increased revenue, whether it's through ticket sales, fundraising, merchandise, and of course, just more community support, more people at your games to support your student athletes. Whatever it may be, with increased engagement, with utilizing the benefits of a newsletter when it comes to reducing friction and including calls to action to make it drop dead simple for people, you're going to get more involvement. And of course, you're going to benefit from more revenue, which is going to continue to help your program and your student athletes. So there we have it. The 3 reasons why every high school athletic department needs a digital newsletter for their program. Again, to recap, number 1, it's going to save you time by streamlining your communication. Number 2, you're going to be able to shape positive community perception. And number 3, you're going to be able to increase engagement and drive more revenue. Hopefully these 3 reasons have convinced you to give it a shot. If you're still skeptical, we're going to include below a link to a bunch of different examples of real high school athletic department newsletters so that you can get some inspiration and see the awesome work that's being done and see that it's really possible. And of course, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. We've got lots more great content coming for you soon. Stay tuned.